What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Grizz, and today we are going to be attempting to rebuild arguably the worst roster in football. And that is none other than the Tennessee Titans. They have Will Levis at quarterback, who is terrible. They have Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears at running back, not bad by any means whatsoever. Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, and also Traylon Burks as their wide receiver core. Not very good. Not good at all. Calvin Ridley didn't look bad through most parts of the year, but then he also had terrible games as well. Okonkwo at tight end. Nice young tight end. Probably will keep him for a while. Not too worried about that. Left tackle J.C. Latham, a rookie. Probably the only bright spot on our O-line, aside from probably Skoronski. Skoronski's a beast. I liked him coming out of college. They have Cushenberry at center. Not bad. I was kind of surprised that the Broncos let him go, but somehow it worked out in their favor. Don't ask me how, because I really like Cushenberry there in Denver. Right guard, they have Dylan Reduns. Actually, yeah. 3-year player, 72 overall, probably not going to be there. And then right tackle is absolutely atrocious. That is none other than Nicholas Pettit, whoever. Horrible. Left end, Sebastian Joseph Day. Not bad, but an older player. Jeffrey Simmons is the only bright spot on this defense aside from probably L'Jarius Sneed. Jeffrey Simmons is an absolute beast. Defensive tackle, Tavondre Sweat, a rookie. Actually, not bad. I take that back. There's two bright spots on this defense. Left outside linebacker, Harold Landry. He usually performs all right in sim, but he is been in the league for 6 years, going to start regressing, and he's only 79 overall, and I think he might have star dev trait, maybe normal. Obviously not the move. Jerome Baker and Kenneth Murray here at middle linebacker. Obviously going to move up Jack Gibbons here. But again, Jerome Baker is kind of to the point where he's almost out of his prime. Not expecting him to do much more. Right outside linebacker, Arden Key. Again, been in the league for 6 years. Definitely needs someone that could fill in over here. Cornerbacks, Awuzie, again, 7 years in the league. Brownlee is a rookie, so not bad. And then Darrell Baker has not been in the league very long. Obviously, we got good old L'Jarius Sneed down here who was hurt. So now this team looks a little better, but still not great. Might look to move on from Awuzie just to see if we can get some sort of value for him. Free safety, Quandre Diggs. Again, old player. Definitely need replaced. Strong safety, Amani Hooker. Again, it's kind of a theme with this team. Aging player, definitely needs replaced. Have the best punter in the league in Stonehouse. I believe if you start the league from the beginning, he is one of the higher overall punters. I'm pretty sure he's like an 88 overall. Could be wrong though. But this team is not good by any means. Obviously, we didn't make the playoffs. So we're going to go ahead and sim to the offseason. Looks like I have about $52 million in cap room to work with. Going to beef up the squad, hopefully draft a quarterback, and just go from there. Alright, so looking at negotiations here, obviously Jerome Baker kept his star. 28 years old. We have $90 million in cap to work with. If he'll take one of these cheaper deals, I'll bring him. He's not interested, probably because we suck. It is what it is. I'm not mad about it. Tyler Boyd, I'm going to let him walk. Darrell Baker, going to let him walk. Jack Gibbons, I would like to bring back. Perfect. The younger version of Jerome Baker, in my opinion. Obviously, not fully, but I like him. Quandre Diggs, I'm going to let walk. He fell all the way to a 76. I am not going to accept Traylon Burks' option. Probably going to let Westbrook walk. Kelly walk. Reduns, I don't think... let him walk. Wow. I mean, none of these guys are worth re-signing. Stonehouse is. Alright, but so that's that. We're going to be heading into free agency with about $83 million in cap room. Might even be a little more. I'm going to look to move on from like Tony Pollard and some of our aging guys. See what kind of value is out there for them. But let's get right into it. Okay, so I said I wanted to move away from Tony Pollard. Obviously because we have Spears. So it's only 4 overalls less and way younger. He wasn't on a bad contract, so I sent him over to the Raiders, who are kind of needy for a running back. Picked up Nate Hobbs to fill our cornerback hole, and a 5th round pick for this year to hopefully pick up a nice old lineman. And now we're going to try to move on from Harold Landry, see if we can get a little younger on our linebacker core. But if not, I'll even keep him. It's not a big deal. And that's probably the only move I'm going to make. All right, I take it back here. We're actually going to be trading away Awuzie. I forgot I said I wanted to trade him. Send him over to the Cardinals, getting kind of a downgrade a little bit at corner, but getting a lot younger in Garrett Williams and cheaper, and 3 picks. Not mad about that one bit. And now let's see what's out here for Landry. And I think, like I said, that's probably all the moves they're going to make unless something really pops out to me. All right, some might say it's a little bit of an overpay, but Nick Bonito's a friggin' beast. Just sending over the $24 million in cap hit from Harold Landry, a 3rd for next year, and one of our many 4ths for this year, over to the Broncos for Nick Bonito. Instant upgrade. I know they would not accept this in real life, but that's why it's a rebuild, and I think we're set. All right, guys, so first wave of free agency was very successful in my opinion. We picked up our wide receiver 2 in Rondale Moore, our right guard in Mekhi Becton Sr., 26 years old, 78 overall star dev trait. Picked up our hopeful free safety for the future in our Darius Washington, hoping to get him up to at least star dev trait, 78 overall, 25 years old. We also went ahead and picked up the Broncos' other linebacker in Baron Browning to support our squad, 74 overall, 26 years old, star dev trait. And aside from that, there was not anything here in free agency. Pretty stinky. And I think that's all we're going to do. I don't really think we really need anybody else. Pretty sure we lost out on Shaheed. That's the only other guy I was really going for. Yeah, I'm quite all right with that. So let's sim to the draft. Hopefully draft a nice quarterback and get rolling. Next trade we're going to be making here is offloading Calvin Ridley's horrible contract to the Saints for their 3rd round pick of this year. Hopefully our 2nd or 3rd will be good enough to get us a wide receiver. If not, we're kind of screwed, but it's all part of the first year of the rebuild. We have the #1 pick in the draft. Oh, man. I mean, the no-brainer here is telling me I need to take Shedeur Sanders. Wow, he's ranked 51 in true value. That is nuts. Okay. I mean, I needed a quarterback. I like how Shedeur progresses. It was just a no-brainer, really. All right, who else we have up here? How do I say no to Ashton Genty? How do I say no to Ashton Genty being here at the top of the 2nd round? I mean, I'm sorry, Tajay Spears, but you're just done. How do you say no to Genty being there? All right, now I do need a wide receiver. Kyron Lacey doesn't look bad. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're going to give Kyron Lacey a shot. Ranked 55. Normal dev trade, though, but based on our wide receiver core, I'm not mad at that. Okay, okay. Junior Tafu is an option, but we don't really need him. We need a defensive end. Anybody here? Not really. Actually, this David Walker guy doesn't look bad. Give him a shot. 77. Hidden dev trait. That is huge for us. Okay. Probably take one more draft pick and then be done. What else do we need? I like his physicals, hidden depth traits. So there's 2 wide receivers. Hopefully some of them progress for Shedeur. And that's it. Let's see how we did. All right, guys. So looking here at the draft recap, we got Shedeur Sanders at a 73 overall. Ashton Jeanty is a 78. Kyron Lacy is a 73. David Walker is a 71. Torrey Horton is a 70. And then the CPU dropped a 74 overall fullback and a 71 overall corner. I wonder who... Was there a better quarterback in the draft than Shedeur Sanders? I guarantee you there was. Quinn Ewers is 1 over. Okay, I'm not mad about that. So not a bad draft at all. All right, let's head into preseason. I know I traded away Tony Pollard to give Tajay Spears a shot, but I mean, like I said, when you see Ashton Jeanty there, you just can't say no. Wow. So at the end of season number 1, technically, we finished with a 10-7 record, which was good enough to slide us into the wild card, taking on the Indianapolis Colts here in the wild card. That is absolutely insane. So what happened? We finished with 13th best offense, very solid, and defensively we finished 23rd, so not so hot there. Shedeur Sanders with 4,200 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 17 picks. Not a bad rookie season. Ashton Jeanty broke 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. Very happy to see that. Receiving-wise, Kyron Lacy with 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns. Rondale Moore followed that up with 974 and 7. Okonkwo with 768 and 4. And Torrey Horton with 759 and 2. And then Jeanty put up 4 on the air as well. Very pleased to see that. Only person that gave up a sack was Peter Skoronski. Come on, man. Defensively here, Jeffrey Simmons with 9 sacks. Baron Browning with 6.5. Our rookie David Walker with 5. 3.5 out of Benito. 2.5 out of Jack Gibbons. As well as 2.5 out of Sweat. Okay. 6 interceptions for L'Jarius Sneed. Jack Gibbons with 4. 2 out of Nick Benito and Hooker and McCreary. And then 1 apiece out of Kenneth Murray, Nate Hobbs, and Adarius Washington. Okay, I like to see it. MVP votings, obviously don't expect to see anybody there. Offensive Player of the Year, same deal. Defensive Player of the Year, we got Jack Gibbons in here, number 6. All right. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kyron Lacy with Ashton Jeanty coming at number 2 and Shedeur coming in at 4, as well as Horton coming at number 8. Heck yeah. Defensive Rookie of the Year, David Walker comes in at number 5. Not too bad at all for our first year. All right. 10-7 record. Obviously, that could be blamed on strength of schedule, but we're taking on the Colts here, and we win 31-14. But now we have to take on the 16-1 Buffalo Bills. Oh my gosh! I was about to say no shot. We lose 38-14, but that's kind of expected. We have $124 million in cap room, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I already signed back everyone that I want. I usually don't show it because it's just kind of a matter of just offering them something. I think we have to accept a player option on Skoronski. But aside from that, we're set. So check out the roster and see what happens. All right, so first look at the roster in the offseason. We have Shedeur Sanders at star. Kyron Lacy overtakes Rondale Moore in overall. Bumps up to an 82 and has superstar. Okay. Horton is a star. All right, so might just need to grab another wide receiver. Ashton Jeanty stays at a star, which is kind of unfortunate. Okay. Nothing else really moved here. We definitely need a right tackle. I thought we had one, but I think that's the last position we're going to need to upgrade on offense. Defensively here, Roger McCreary, I think he was a superstar. That's why I moved him up into the starting lineup. Aside from that, nobody else got any depth chart upgrades. We really need a middle linebacker. And aside from that, we're doing all right. We have a huge free agency signing here. So I pop in here and I see Khalil Shakir in here, 85 overall, 26 years old, superstar depth trait, and he's coming over to the Titans. Also saw Odafe Owe here. I know we have Baron Browning, but he is low 70s, mid 70s, so we will probably be moving on from him and bumping up Owe. And I saw Luke Godicke, 27 years old, 83 overall, right tackle. Kind of hard to say no to that. And who was our other guy that Smolin offers here? Do I need to offer more money? I hope it's this middle linebacker I was looking at. It is Ivan Pace. I really want to get you on the squad. I'll offer you some good money. Is that enough? Come on. Come on. Dang it, we didn't get him. That sucks. Okay, so we need a middle linebacker in the draft. Not too mad about it. Let's go ahead and head to the draft. Ooh, Brock Purdy goes to the Giants. That's kind of crazy. All right, so the first trade we're making pre-draft is Rondale Moore over to the Bears for their third-round pick. Obviously going to be replacing Shakir because our other guys have dev traits. Not going to just let Rondale Moore stay up there if he didn't get his dev trait upgraded. The other move we're going to make is to see what's out there for Baron Browning. A young defensive tackle. A young running back. Obviously, we don't need that. The Eagles are kind of offering up a decent pick. You guys have cap room? We do. Alright, let me see what I can do here. And we're also trading Baron Browning for a third-round pick. I didn't realize they were so easy to trade for. So we have 3 third-round picks here in this draft. That's insane. So here with our first-round pick, we're going to pick up a middle linebacker in Josh Westbrook. Ranked 33 in true value. Hidden dev trait. Very happy to see that. He'll slide in there very nicely with Gibbons. Is that our middle linebacker? I think so. Yes, I believe that is right. All right, here in the second round, what is available? We could use a free safety. Is he going to be a good one, though? Yes, he will be. Normal dev trade, but he is ranked 17th, so he is going to be a higher overall. So very happy to see that. And I'm pretty sure our free safety right now is still a normal dev trade. So kind of is what it is at that point. Let's go out here and see. Oh my gosh, this tight end looks insane. We don't need a tight end at all. Alright, let's look at right tackle. Who's here? Everybody is potentially undrafted. Right guard. Ooh. Jamarcus Hooker. Yes. Very happy with that. Alright, let's see what else is here. So there are teams out here that really want Garrett Williams, who is a free agent at the end of the season, and I'm not going to be using him. Specifically, the Seahawks offered us Tyrese Knight, and the Rams offered us Omar Spates. I'm probably going to take Tyrese Knight. He'll probably slide in there, their middle linebacker, over Gibbons, depending on what he moved up to. I know he had a very solid year last year, so I hope he got a depth trade upgrade. But right here, Josh Westbrook, 74 overall. Alfred Browning, 75. Jamarcus Hooker, 73. Everything else was an absolute stinker. Kind of is what it is whenever you let the CPU draft. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they miss. It's the risk you take whenever you don't want to sit there and embarrass yourself every time you see a normal dev trait, because chances are those guys were probably one of the best on the board. Alright, so checking out the lineup here, we got Shedeur Sanders, obviously, at quarterback. Don't really need to mess with. We do need to mess with our wide receivers, that's right. Was it right guard? No, it was right tackle that we upgraded, duh. Yep. And then is there anybody else that's kind of lacking here? I don't think so. I would hope not. Everybody's young. Perfect. Left end, I'm fine with that. Obviously fine with right end. Obviously fine with defensive tackle. Obviously fine with left outside linebacker. Some middle linebackers where we're going to move some stuff. I think we are going to bench Gibbons. Not because I want to, but because I want to get those guys some reps. And then obviously we got Owe up here, right outside linebacker. Corners are still fine. Free safety. Actually going to move Browning up here. Right? That was our rookie. Yes. Yes. Okay. Strong safety, still going to leave that the same. McCreary is really knocking on his door, though. But he will not move up there because we don't have another corner. Slot wide receiver, still going to leave that at Kyron. He had an amazing year last year. Rushing left end, we'll keep that at Benito. We'll move Oway up here. Leave that all the same. No longer going to have Gibbons be our guy. We're going to let our rookie, Josh Westbrook, be our sub linebacker. Keep him McCreary there. I think we're ready. Let's get right into it. All right, so as I feared, it was strength of schedule that got us as good as we were last year. We finished a 3-14 record. Our offense wasn't any slouch, and our defense was. Our defense was terrible. All right, Shedeur Sanders, 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Very respectable. Ashton Jeanty took a little step back, 767 and 9 touchdowns, though. Receiving, Kyron Lacy, 1,309. Torrey Horton, 999 and 5. Okonkwo, 912 and 10. And then Khalil Shakir, 832 and 5. Jeanty did at least hit double digits in touchdowns. Josh Westbrook had a pretty solid year. Jeffrey Simmons with 14 sacks. Oway with 7. 3.5 out of Sweat. 3.5 out of David Walker. 2.5 out of Benito. Okay. Pick-wise, 2 out of Westbrook and Snead. 1 apiece out of McCreary, Hooker, and Hobbs. So we were not picking off the quarterback like we did last year. MVP voting, obviously not going to be up there. Same thing with Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Justin Simmons does come in at number 4. Offensive Rookie of the Year, nobody. But Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Josh Westbrook. So that guarantees him a depth trade upgrade, which is huge for us because we need anything we can get. So let's send him to the offseason, check out the roster, and hope and pray that we can beef up this team enough to compete for at least a playoff spot. I'd love to get a ring. That's obviously the goal every video, but this team is tough. You saw at the beginning, it's not going to be an easy one. All right, guys, so in the draft, we got R.J. Gray, who is a normal dev trait. It's an absolute bust there. CPU drafted as Dalton Parker, a 74 overall free safety, hidden dev trait. He might move up and play. Kind of depends on how our guys happened. The only signing that we had in free agency was Laramie Tunzel. He's all right. I mean, obviously, 87 overall. There are quite a few nice offers here. I'm probably going to take this young left end and hope to slide him up and let him play because we didn't really need Tunzel, but just kind of signed him. Taking a look at the roster here. No, I don't want to look at that. I want to look at the actual roster. There we are. Shedeur stays as a star. Lacy keeps a superstar as well as Shakir. Okay, maybe we... No, we didn't. Cool. Look at that. Awesome. Okonkwo goes up to a superstar, which is awesome to see. Looking over here to the defense, Westbrook is up to a superstar, which is awesome. We need safeties. We desperately need safeties. I might look to move Walker for a safety. Let me see. And right away here for David Walker, the Bills are offering us Cole Bishop, who is going to slide over and play strong safety for us. And aside from that, I think I'm set for one more year. Obviously, hopefully we can be a lot more successful this year. If not, we are going all in next season. So let's just kind of see what happens. All right, guys, so at the end of year number 3 here, we finished with an 11-6 record. A huge bounce back year for us. Taking on the Cleveland Browns here in the first round. Looking at the stats, we finished with the 5th best offense. And defensively, we finished 2nd. Wow. All across the board, a huge bounce back year. 4,700 yards, 40 touchdowns to 15 interceptions for Sanders. Ashton Jeanty gets back into the 1,000-yard club with 7 touchdowns as well. Receiving-wise, 1,107 out of Okonkwo, 1,011 out of Horton, 1,013 out of Lacy, and 997 and 8 out of Khalil Shakir. We were very close to having 4 1,000-yard receivers on our squad. Defensively here, 12.5 sacks out of Jeffrey Simmons, 8.5 out of Oway, 5 out of star, 3 out of Benito, 1.5 out of Gray, Knight, and Sweat. Okay. Pick-wise, 4 picks apiece out of Hobbs and Cole Bishop. And then 2 for Westbrook, Parker, Snead, and McCreary. Very solid year. Hopefully it's enough to get us make a deep playoff push. MVP voting, Shedeur Sanders comes in at number 9. Offensive Player of the Year, nobody. Defensive Player of the Year, also nobody. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Parker comes in at number 5. Wow. You're telling me Jeffrey Simmons had 22.5 sacks and couldn't finish top 10 in rookie or Defensive Player of the Year? That's crazy. All right. Can we take out the Browns here in the wild card? We lose by 12. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we have $72 million to work with here. Let's spend it all and go for it. All right. So taking a look at the roster right here before free agency. Shedeur Sanders bumps up to a superstar. Lacey is our only superstar on our receiving core, but Horton is above an 80. Khalil Shakir is up to an 87. Okonkwo goes up to a superstar X Factor, which is awesome to see. Our O-line looks very solid. I think the oldest player on our team is Cushenberry. Obviously not on our team, but on our O-line. But he's still over 80. Defensively, Westbrook goes up to X Factor. Cole Bishop goes up to superstar. And that's it. Simmons goes down to star, but he's obviously still producing, so I'm not too concerned about that. My goal in free agency is to get a very good middle linebacker, and that's about it. All right, so had to restructure some contracts, but I was able to go out and get Jack Campbell and Terrion Arnold, and I think that's probably. I really wanted Lim. Oh, we do have the money for him now. Come on, come on, McNeil, solidify our D line. Come on. Yes, we got him. Awesome. 3 huge additions to our team, and I'm very happy with that. Let's go ahead and skip to the draft. I am probably just going to trade our first round pick for hopefully a high overall wide receiver, and that's it. Wow. So we improved the team up to an 87 overall, and then we could proceed to go 10-7 and miss the playoffs. What happened? Second best offense in the league. And defensively, we foul face of the map, 24th. That'll do it. Shedeur Sanders, very solid year, nearly 5,000 yards. Ashton Genty, absolute toiletry. Would rather have kept our other guy. Rushing-wise, 3,000-yard receivers, 13 touchdowns for Lacey and Shakir. Kind of weird. Oh, wait, no, Lacey is my LSU receiver. Okay. Only gave up 1 sack. 20.5 sacks out of Simmons, 8.5 out of Owe and Benito. Okay. 4 picks. We did fine. All right, well, this team sucks. Nothing's going to fix them. They're going to be bad for the next decade. That's my professional opinion. But if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for future videos. See you guys later.